everybody is brought up in different circumstances, and people have different levels of privilege. Yes. How are you doing today?
So, fine. The electricity
Right.
just came just right now.
Oh, okay. Power
The
cut.
whole
Okay.
day,
I
the
see.
whole day power cut. Entire day. There's
Oh, I see.
there was no work happened in the office and also.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Hmm.
sir. We are studying. We were studying past continuous.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Right, right. So, shall we look at the next tense? Which tense do you want to learn? I think we'll
No, sir.
look at.
Sir, as yesterday you asked me the some more examples like that. So can
Right,
we
right.
continue like that for the
Sure,
past
sure,
continuous also?
sure. Yes, yes. Past continuous.
First you told me to describe ongoing or continuous action that were happening at the past time.
Right.
So you gave the example this and you gave this example yesterday. At this time I was cooking pasta.
Right.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I can say that I was working in the office at 9 o'clock
Okay,
today.
okay, okay. Yeah. All right.
So we also say that there were no work happened in the office today.
There is no work happened at the office today. No, that's not past continuous. Doesn't sound like past continuous to me.
Okay, sir.
So how do you say that correctly? I wasn't working. I wasn't working at 9 o'clock in the
Yes, sir.
office. Right. So just have to say subject
So
plus was or were,
was not.
was or were not plus verb plus ing. So I wasn't working at nine. I wasn't working in the office at 9 o'clock. I wasn't working. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, maybe you
Sir,
could say I wasn't
describing.
working in. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You continue, please.
So yeah, I was saying. So you could say I wasn't working in the office at 9 o'clock. I was at the tea shop. I was at the tea shop back then. Right. Yeah. I mean, you can
Next is
provide.
describing two simultaneously uh, situation or the condition in the past.
Right.
Uh, he was reading while his sister watching TV.
Right.
We can say that
Hmm.
I was working while my colleagues sitting with, with
I
sitting with the
was.
notebook,
I was working.
and while my colleagues are sitting workless, we can say that.
I was working at the office while my colleagues were sitting. Yeah. While my colleagues were sitting idle. While my colleagues were sitting idle. Yeah. Oh, they were working fast and furiously.
Oh, sir.
Fast and
I
furiously.
yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ah, okay.
They were playing Fast and Furious in the Asterisk football match.
Oh, okay, okay. I mean, yeah, that's then it would mean a complete action, right? So you have to mention. Um, okay, so if you're describing how they played, yeah, you could say they were playing quite fast and furiously. They were playing quite fast and furiously in the ground. So yeah, so if you're describing the performance, yeah, in that sense,
Yes, sir.
right? They were quite fast and furious in the ground, but then it becomes a past simple tense sentence. Uh,
Sir,
See, we use past continuous to talk about ongoing actions. Like action in progress, right? Um, I think there you could use past simple instead of past continuous. Past simple would be much more appropriate because it's a complete action, right?
yes,
Uh, So when you're talking about what they were doing yesterday at this time or at a particular time, then we say, but then we use past continuous to describe an ongoing action. This is kind of like a completed action, right? So that's the difference. So maybe you could say, you could try
Yes.
a different example. Think of a different example. So for example, you could say, uh, while I was driving the car, uh, my colleagues were playing some video games. Okay, while I was driving the car, my colleagues were my colleagues were chatting. My colleagues were chatting about our school memories. Okay, while I was
And sir, also
driving the
we can
car.
say that he was reacting very he was reacting with anger while working.
He was reacting with anger while working. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, he maybe you could say, yeah, he was acting a bit furious. He was acting a bit furious while he was working. He was acting a bit furious while he was working. Yeah. Okay.
So the next
So
example, setting the atmosphere example.
yeah. Okay. So tell me.
Yes, sir. The night was very dark when the night was very dark and the wind is blowing in the high speed or with the high intensity.
Okay. The night was dark and the wind was blowing with high intensity. Yeah. The wind was blowing furiously. Maybe you could say the wind was blowing furiously. Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
Expressing
Okay.
annoyance or complaint.
Ah. Yes. Yes. Complaints.
She is teasing me. mm, so sorry, she was teasing me yesterday.
Ah. She was teasing me yesterday when completed with another continuous action.
Okay, so she was teasing me yesterday while playing the match, while playing the video game.
Hmm, hmm. Yeah, okay. So she was continuously teasing me while I was playing my video games. Yeah, correct. So you can add an adverb there as well, along with that action. She was teasing
Sir,
me
can you help
continuously.
me in my sir, can you help me in my I am going through a situation or a problem. I'm very much close in my mind. Can you suggest me something?
Like what kind of situation?
I'm very much worried about my study. I can't prepare well. I am in office. I'm doing a job in office and another job in the school, teaching job. Then and many more works are there. And the workload in the office is very much, and I'm not studying. Mm, I'm studying only 2 4 hours. That is not enough for the civil service examination. So I'm and my colleague, my batchmates, and even my roommate in my hostel was selected in the SSC CGL and currently working as the assistant section officer in Ministry of External Affairs. And
Okay.
my senior became IPS in the previous result in the previous UPSC result. So
Okay.
I'm a bit worried about my performance and all that.
So you have a lot of pressure on you.
Yes, sir. No, sir. I have pressure on my mind that what I am working, I am doing this very petty job, and that is giving me money, but not that much good money. And I'm worried about the situation in the future that when I will stand with my colleagues, my batchmates and my seniors, they will be very in a very high post. like in the civil services or the bureaucracy. But I will mm, you hope it happen that I will be only very middle class or lower class employee of government. I am worried about that. Sir.
Hmm. Okay.
Also,
Yeah. I mean,
also I'm smoking and I'm not giving any what can you say that any attention on my health and physique. I'm
okay.
uh,
Okay.
that's the that's the problem I'm facing currently.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I can give you some advice. So one thing is, when you have an aspiration, right, don't compare yourself with other people, right? Because
That's
that might put extra pressure on yourself, right? Uh, the thing is, it's unfair to compare yourself to other people. Even I had the same tendency, and that used to stress me out quite a lot, right? If I hadn't stressed out that much, I think that I would have achieved a lot of things in my life. So I'm telling you this from my own experience, as in my 20s, like I'm still I'm 29 right now, but
yes, sir.
um, in my early 20s, I used to stress out quite a lot comparing myself to my friends, my friends who traveled abroad in Canada. I have a lot of friends who have traveled abroad, right? So the thing is, it's unfair to do that. It's unfair to compare yourself to other people because everybody has different circumstances. Everybody's brought up in different circumstances, and people have different levels of privilege. you know
Yes, sir.
so it also depends on your upbringing, right? It's not like you must have been best out with every facility, every kinds of luxuries and facilities in your home. You have your own struggles, right? People have their own struggles, right? So it's unfair to equate your struggles with their struggles, and
Yes,
compare yourself to them. Okay, so get rid of that comparison and work on yourself, right? Just look
yes.
at yourself and then
Sir,
see where you have
that's
improved.
sir, that's the main problem I have. I'm not working on myself. I have I'm not giving attention on myself. I'm
Ah,
just it's the time that mm, that taking me up and I'm just wake up, work, and just sleep. I'm not giving no. I'm giving no attention on myself.
I
I'm not
think
studying.
yeah.
In in the month of April and May, I was studying very much. I was studying very good because in the my TCS examination was there on in the of the Madhya Pradesh TCS, but I got
Mm,
again got selected in that in the prelims examination. I got again cleared the prelims examination.
right. Yeah. Okay.
So
So you're
I was
currently working
studying.
two
I was
jobs, right?
studying.
You're
Yes,
currently
sir.
working two jobs, right? I mean,
Yes,
if
sir.
it's too much, then I would advise you to shed one job, because
Sir,
working two jobs and then studying
sir,
is
but the
actually
one
quite a lot.
job is very much low paying job, and
I understand that.
my
Yeah.
family needs. I can't handle the family needs and my needs in that one job. That's why I'm trying to earn the more money. That's the
Mm.
I I just uh, what can you see the Olajna? I just I'm just wondering about the money and thinking about the money in the this like
Yes, I
either
understand that.
my friends are doing and my friends
Right.
are uh, doing good.
So you're a school teacher, right? You're a school teacher and a postman, right? So one
Yes, sir.
thing is you can earn much more than teaching in a school if you choose to tutor online, right?
No, sir,
So
but
there's this,
the sir, but the security in the I'm doing a government job. So how can I leave a government job? Because security is there.
no, I'm not asking you to leave
Oh,
your
oh,
government job. I'm asking you to, like, the school teaching job, right? It's paying you very little, right? I'm
yes,
saying
sir.
that, if you could substitute that teaching job with a tutoring job, online tutoring, I'm just saying, you could earn much more.